Many IVAs will have standard clauses in them about what happens to a debtor's equity when they enter their IVA. The standard clauses go something along the lines of: at month 54, the property will be revalued and the equity re-established. And if the debtor's interest in that equity is valued at £5,000 or more, then they must somehow introduce funds into the IVA to reflect that equity. There's 4 or 5 standard options that tend to apply. The first is that the debtor can sell their property to try and realise the equity. Normally this is not something that the debtor wants to do because that was the whole point of the IVA, often that they got to keep their house. The second option is to remortgage the property. Often this isn't something that they're able to do because their credit rating has been severely damaged due to the IVA, and therefore they're not in a position to remortgage. Third option is a lump sum from a third party. So somebody comes along and says, well, your equity is X, I'm going to gift you a lump sum equal to that and we're going to pay that into the IVA. So that would be a family member or friend willing to help out and put some money into the IVA pot. The fourth option is a secured loan. This clause tends to only apply to IVAs that have been established from 2014 or more or recently. And that's something that a debtor can explore. It is often a lot more expensive, but sometimes it might be that the debtor prefers to go down that route. And then the fifth and most common outcome of all is that the debtor can extend their IVA for 12 months. And this means that their contributions, they carry on paying them for an extra year. So instead of their IVA being for 5 years, it's now for 6 years. But what that means is the creditors get a little bit of money back for the equity and the debtor gets to keep their home.